Today's trivia quiz is a 6-round general knowledge pub quiz featuring 100 questions. Here you see the pub quiz rounds. It starts with a fun rapid-fire warm-up round, it has a chronological journey through time, and much more. Check out the scoreboard. If you count your score and post it in the comments, you have a chance to be displayed here in the next pub quiz. And let's start with the first quiz round, which is a rapid-fire lightning-style warm-up round. Steven Tyler is best known as the lead singer of which rock band? It's Aerosmith. Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield founded a food company famous for making what? That was ice cream, Ben & Jerry's. Number 3, butterhead and romaine are varieties of which vegetable? And that is lettuce. What was the last name of Al Pacino's character in the 1972 film The Godfather? That was Corleone. In video gaming, what does the abbreviation NPC stand for? Non-player character. Which country has the world's oldest continuous hereditary monarchy? That's Japan. Who played Princess Leia in the original Star Wars film trilogy? That's Carrie Fisher. Complete the full title of the TV sitcom, Parks and what? That's Parks and Recreation. What substance stored by maple trees is later converted into sugar? This one is starch. Riga is the capital and largest city of which European country? That's Latvia. What is the official national language spoken in the country of Chile? It's Spanish. Where is the region known as the Sea of Tranquility located? It's located on the moon. Dr. Mae Jemison was the first African American woman to do what? That is travel into space. In which country was singer and performer Rihanna born? Barbados. Musician Marshall Bruce Mathers III is better known by which stage name? Eminem. Who became the first female prime minister in the history of India? That was Indira Gandhi. What name is commonly given to a young or baby deer? That's a fawn. Count von Count is a character from which children's television show? That's Sesame Street. From which famous novel does the term Big Brother originate? That's 1984. In Arthurian legend, who serves as King Arthur's magician and advisor? Merlin. Pub quiz round number 2, Beasts and Beyond. First one, which creature can be identified from the close-up image from the eye that you're seeing here? That is a parrot. 22. On which continent did llamas originate? Was this South America, Africa, or Australia? And the answer is South America. Which shark species is the largest after the whale shark? Is it a great shark, a basking shark, or a tiger shark? And correct, with the basking shark. Despite reaching over 30 feet or 9 meters long, this gentle filter feeder survives mainly on tiny plankton. 24. Which marine animal is shown camouflaged in this wildlife video? Is this a leafy sea dragon, a weedy sea dragon, or a planty sea dragon? And that is answer A, a leafy sea dragon. 25. Which species of duck is pictured in this wildlife photograph? Is it a mandarin duck, a Muscovy duck, or a wood duck? That is a wood duck. Females nest in tree cavities, often choosing sites near water, while males develop especially vivid breeding plumage each spring. Pretty much like humans, I guess. 26. In which country is pufferfish traditionally eaten as a delicacy? And that one is Japan. Only specially licensed chefs may prepare fugu, since some organs can contain tetrodotoxin, a substance far more potent than cyanide. Yeah, I'll just skip it altogether. 27. Which small mammal is shown in this wildlife photograph? Is it a pika, a viscacha, or a jerboa? And that is a pika, answer A. 28. Which insect creates an air bubble to breathe underwater? Is it a back swimmer, a water scorpion, or a diving beetle? And that is a diving beetle, answer C. 29. Falabella, Fjord, and Shire are all breeds of which type of animal? These are horses. 30. Leaves from which type of tree make up most of a koala's diet? You got it right if you said the eucalyptus tree. Koalas are extremely selective eaters, choosing only certain species and even particular leaves based on moisture and chemical content. Trivia quiz note number 3 is a chronological journey through time. We're going way back and then we are slowly getting back to present day. First one, which river flowed through ancient Babylon? Is it River Styx, the Euphrates, or the Danube? And that is the Euphrates, answer B. 32. Which ancient Greek poet is traditionally credited with writing the Iliad? Plato, Socrates, or Homer? And the answer is Homer, answer C. 33. Which city was the capital of the ancient Persian Empire under Darius? 1. Alexandria, Persepolis, or Athens? And the answer is Persepolis, answer B. 34. Who conquered a vast empire stretching from Greece toward India? Was this Cyrus the Great, Alexander the Great, or Hannibal? And the answer I want to hear is Alexander the Great. His campaigns spread Greek language and cultures across Egypt and Asia, helping launch the Hellenistic Age after 323 BC. Which ancient Indian empire, founded around 322 BC, maintained a large force of war elephants? Was it the Maurya Empire, the Ottoman Empire, or the Mongol Empire? And the answer I want to hear is the Maurya Empire. 36. What was the primary building material used in the construction of the Roman Pantheon? Was it concrete, marble, or limestone? And that one was actually concrete. Roman engineers mixed volcanic ash with lime to create a durable binder that helped the vast dome span about 142 feet or 43 meters. 37. Which language was dominant in the Byzantine Empire for most of its history? Was this Latin, Greek, or Aramaic? And the answer is Greek. Answer B. 38. During which period did the samurai rise to political power under Japan's first shogunate? Was it the Heian period or the Kamakura period? And that is answer B, the Kamakura period. This era saw warriors serving powerful clans gain influence, with military rule centered in Kamakura rather than the imperial court. 39. Which medieval philosopher is known for merging Aristotelian philosophy with Christian theology? Is it Thomas Aquinas or Friedrich Nietzsche? And that is Thomas Aquinas. 40. What historical period followed the Middle Ages? And that is a typical quiz question. The answer is the Renaissance. It brought renewed interest in classical art, science and learning, with printing helping new ideas spread faster across Europe. 41. Which explorer was the first European to reach India by sailing around the Cape of Good Hope? Thomas Cook or Vasco da Gama? And the answer is Vasco da Gama. Answer B. 42. What was the main trading product from the Moluccas driving European explorers to the region? And this one is spices. Nutmeg and cloves were once so valuable that tiny islands in today's Indonesia became major prizes in global commerce. 43. Who wrote the influential political treatise The Prince? And correct if you said Niccolo Machiavelli. Its advice on power, image and political survival was once so influential that Machiavellian became a word for a ruthless strategy. 44. Who was the Queen of England when the Spanish Armada was defeated in 1588? The Queen Elizabeth I, Queen Anne, or Queen Mary I? And the answer is Queen Elizabeth I. Answer A. 45. Which peace settlement ended the 30 Years' War in 1648? Was it the Treaty of Utrecht, the Treaty of Versailles, or the Peace of Westphalia? And the answer is C, the Treaty of Westphalia. 46. Who wrote the famous pamphlet Common Sense, advocating for American independence? Was it Benjamin Franklin or Thomas Paine? and that was Thomas Paine. 47. Which Australian city began as a British penal colony in 1788? And that was Sydney. The settlement grew around Port Jackson, whose deep natural harbour later helped turn the area into Australia's largest city. 48. What was the purpose of the Bay of Pigs invasion? And that was to overthrow Fidel Castro. The CIA-backed operation relied on Cuban exiles, but poor planning and limited support led to a rapid collapse within 3 days. 49. How many troops did the US send to Vietnam during the Vietnam War? 1.2 million, 1.7 million, or 2.7 million? And about 2.7 million Americans served in Vietnam, though the peak number stationed there at one time was roughly 543,000 in 1969. 50. What was the name of the first space shuttle that went in orbit? The Challenger, the Columbia, or the Discovery? And that was the Columbia. Trivia quiz round number 4, general knowledge. Here's the first one. Petting an animal is known to reduce stress and what else? Headaches, allergies, or blood pressure? And the answer is blood pressure, answer C. 52. Which of these best describes the ancient vessel known as an amphora? Is it a musical instrument, an ancient coin, or an ancient container? And you're correct with an ancient container. Its 2 handles and narrow neck made it ideal for transporting wine, oil, and grain, while pointed bases fit neatly into shipwrecks. 53. Which 2014 film follows Alan Turing as he works to crack the Enigma code? Is it A Beautiful Mind, The Imitation Game, or Dunkirk? And the right answer is The Imitation Game, answer B. 54. Which kitchen tool is shown in this image? And that is a meat tenderizer. 55. Which musician did Timothée Chalamet portray in A Complete Unknown? Was this Neil Young, Bob Dylan, or Bruce Springsteen? And correct with Bob Dylan. He learned guitar and harmonica for the role, while the film focuses on the artist's rise through New York's early 1960s folk scene. 56. Who was British Prime Minister when World War II began in 1939? Neville Chamberlain, Winston Churchill, or Clement Attlee? And that is Neville Chamberlain. His policy of appeasement remains controversial, especially the 1938 Munich Agreement that allowed Germany to annex the Sudetenland. 57. What is Canis Major, best known for containing the bright star Sirius? And that is a star constellation. 58. Which type of cloud formation is capable of producing lightning? Is this cumulonimbus, cirrus, or stratus? And the answer is A. Almost broke my tongue on that one. Gonna try it again. Cumulonimbus. Cumulonimbus. 59. Which unusual marine creature is shown in this wildlife image? And correct if you said a horseshoe crab. Despite the name, it's more closely related to spiders than scorpions than true crabs, and its blue blood is used in medical testing. 60. Which 1984 film features the line "wax on, wax off"? And that is of course The Karate Kid. In the context of cars, what does the acronym HUD stand for? And the answer is head-up display. 62. Tom York is the lead singer of which band that formed in 1985? Was this Radiohead, Coldplay, or Muse? And you got it right with Radiohead. The group originally performed as On a Friday, a name inspired by their rehearsal day before changing it after signing a record deal. 63. Which of these major brands has its headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia? Coca-Cola, Ford, or Walt Disney? And that is Coca-Cola. 64. Who performed the theme song for the 2015 James Bond film Spectre? Was this Adele, Sam Smith, or Billie Eilish? And that is Sam Smith, answer B. 65. What name refers to both a type of tree and a famous US ski resort? And that is aspen. 66. If someone is a somnambulist, what would they have a tendency to do? That is sleepwalk. 67. Due to superstition, which row number do many airlines omit from seating? And the answer I want to hear is of course the unlucky number 13. 68. Which part of the human body is typically examined using an otoscope? Is it the eyes, the ears, or the nose? And you're correct with the ears. The musical ... and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is based on the life of which biblical figure? Is it Adam, Moses, or Joseph? And that was Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. 70. Which classic orange cartoon cat is shown in this image right here? That is Heathcliff, not to be confused with Garfield. Pop quiz round number 5, only 10 for this one, and we're starting easy. In which US state are the famous Everglades wetlands located? And that is of course Florida. This vast subtropical ecosystem is the only place where alligators and crocodiles coexist naturally. 72. If your plane lands at Narita Airport, which country have you arrived in? South Korea, Japan, or Singapore? And that is Japan. 73. What language is the official language of Iran? Is it Arabic, Persian, or Kurdish? And that is Persian. Answer B. 74. Prague is famously known as the city of 100 what? And that is spires, the city of 100 spires. By what popular name is London's Elizabeth Tower best known around the world? And that is the Big Ben, but strictly speaking, the famous name belongs to the Great Bell inside the clock tower, not the tower or the clock itself. 67. Which continent is geographically closest to the continent of Antarctica? Is this Africa, South America, or Australia? And that is South America. Become part of the Trivia Quiz Rush community and help me grow the channel by subscribing. It informs you when my newest quiz is out, and it also helps me create more fun quizzes. Thank you, and back to the quiz. 77. In which city is the famous neighborhood of Notting Hill located? And that is London. 78. In which US state is the historic site of Pearl Harbor located? And that is of course Hawaii. The harbor became a major Pacific naval base, and today its historic sites include memorials, museums, and preserved military vessels. 79. Which UK overseas territory has Georgetown as its capital? Is it the Cayman Islands, the British Virgin Islands, or Anguilla? And that is Cayman Islands. The territory has no direct taxes on income or capital gains, helping turn its islands into a major international financial center. 80. Which river is considered sacred by followers of the Hindu religion? And that is the Ganges. Moving over to the last pub quiz round, and these ones are extra challenging. Brainbusters. First one, which ancient Greek mechanism is often described as the world's first computer? Is it abacus, astrolabe, or Antikythera mechanism? And the answer is C, the Antikythera mechanism. Hope I'm saying that right. Built around 100 BC, its bronze gears tracked astronomical cycles and could predict eclipses with remarkable mechanical precision. 82. Which apostle is traditionally regarded as the first pope of the Catholic Church? And that is Saint Peter. 83. What was the main purpose of the Marshall Plan after World War II? And that is to provide economic aid to Europe, and if you had anything close to that, you get the point. Launched in 1948, the program distributed billions in aid and helped rebuild industry, infrastructure, and trade across Western Europe. Brisbane is the capital city of which Australian state? Is this Tasmania, Queensland, or Victoria? And that is Queensland. Its subtropical climate and riverside location helped it grow into a major Pacific hub and the host city of the 2032 Olympics. 85. In which country was tennis star Martina Navratilova originally born? Was this Poland, Hungary, or Czechoslovakia? And that is Czechoslovakia. She later became a US citizen and won 59 major titles across singles and doubles, one of the highest totals in tennis history. 86. In Morse code, which letter is represented by a single dash? And that is the letter T. 87. Which two royal houses fought against each other in the Wars of the Roses? And that was Lancaster and York. The conflict inspired centuries of drama and legend, though the rose symbols became strongly associated with the rival dynasties later. The Lancasters send their regards. 88. Which type of bird appears on the national flag of Ecuador? Is it an eagle, a condor, or a falcon? And that is a condor, answer B. 89. In the 1997 film Titanic, what was the name of Rose's famous necklace? Was it the Ocean's Heart, the Heart of the Ocean, or the Blue Diamond? And that is the Heart of the Ocean. The fictional jewel was inspired by famous blue diamonds, while the movie prop used a large heart-shaped blue stone made for the production. Kind of a shitty move that she threw it in the ocean in the movie. 90. Which tennis Grand Slam tournament is played first each calendar year? And you got it right if you said the Australian Open. Held in Melbourne during the Southern Hemisphere summer, it's famous for its hard courts and often extreme January heat. 91. In which country were the nearly 4,000-year-old Tari mummies discovered? Was it Sudan, Egypt, or China? That's China, answer C. 92. Who became US president after McKinley's assassination in 1901? Is it William Howard Taft, Theodore Roosevelt, or Grover Cleveland? And the right answer is Theodore Roosevelt. At age 42, he became the youngest person to ever assume the presidency, bringing an energetic new style to the White House. 93. La Manche is the French name for which major body of water? And that is the English Channel. 94. Fidelity, bravery, and integrity is the official model of which US agency? And if you put the initials together, you get FBI. The motto dates to 1935 and was coined by Inspector W.H. Drain Lester, cleverly matching the agency's three-letter abbreviation. 95. Which mountaineer, with Peter Habeler, first climbed Everest without oxygen? Edmund Hillary, Reinhold Messner, or Tenzing Norgay? And the answer I want to hear is answer B, Reinhold Messner. 96. What is the Mayan Pyramid in Mexico famous for unusual acoustic effects called? Is this Chichen Itza, El Castillo, or Tikal? And that is El Castillo. Clapping near its staircase can produce a chirp-like echo, often compared to the call of the sacred Quetzal bird. 97. Which European country was the first to introduce paper currency? The United Kingdom, France, or Sweden? And the answer is Sweden. In 1661, Stockholm Banco issued Europe's first banknotes, partially because Sweden's heavy copper coins were awkward to carry. 98. What is the art of shaping shrubs into ornamental forms called? That is topiary. 99. Gary and Martin Kemp were members of which British pop band? Duran Duran, Spandau Ballet, or ABC? And that was Spandau Ballet, answer B. The adjective cervine is used to refer to which type of animal? And the answer is deer. Bonus question, what is the point directly above an earthquake's origin called? The answer appears in a few seconds. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. It really helps me spread the video to more viewers. If you want to keep watching fun quizzes, then click this one to keep going. See you in the next one. Bye bye.